Yo, welcome back to another episode of Whipping It Up with T. In this episode, we're going to be making homemade corn dogs. So I got my grease here, as you can see, and I'm monitoring it. I want the heat to get around 350. And while I'm adjusting this heat, we're going to get to mixing our dry ingredients. Okay, these are our dry ingredients. This is 1 cup of flour I put in here. I'm going to use 1 tablespoon of salt and baking powder. And then I'm going to use 1/3 cup of sugar. And then I'm going to use, I got 3 cups of cornmeal here, yellow cornmeal. And I got a 3/4 cup of milk here I'm going to use. I got my skewers. I'm using 2 eggs. That's pretty much all my ingredients. So what we're gonna do is just get started. Okay, so I already got my flour. I'm gonna add my 1/3 cup of sugar, a tablespoon of baking powder, and we're gonna use a tablespoon of salt. I can get it open. Okay, so I finally got it open. I'm just gonna add 1 tablespoon of salt. Put that in there. And then we're gonna add our cornmeal, our yellow cornmeal. Give it a nice mix. Get all this out of my way. Give it a nice mix. And then we're gonna add 2 eggs. And then we're gonna add our milk. And this is, I let my milk get room temperature. You don't wanna do this with cold milk. You want your batter fairly thick. And this is how I do mine. Now a lot of people use Jiffy Mix. I do sometimes. I mean, pancake, you can use pancake mix, whatever, you know, but I'm showing you guys how to do it from scratch today. You want to mix it until all the clumps is out, until it be a fairly thick batter. Okay, here's my batter. I got all the clumps out. It's fairly thick. So what we're gonna do now is just transfer all this into this red cup here. Okay, so what we're gonna do next is just take our skewers here, stick them into our hot dogs, and we're gonna throw them into the grease. Boom. So I got my hot dogs clean now. Wash my hands. Next, what we're gonna do is just slide that skewer up in there. And these are beef franks. And this is what I like. I like the beef franks. You just dip them in there in your batter. And from this point is when you throw it into your hot grease. We're gonna get some more batter on there. Guys, see, I done made a little mess right here. I'm always making a mess. So what I did was just throw a little batter in the grease to see if it was where I wanted to be as far as the temperature. And now we're just gonna drop it in there and just let it do its thing. It don't take too long, real quick. We're going to flip it. And boom, voila. Some nice homemade corn dogs. I'm gonna finish cooking the rest of them up and we'll be back with you. Okay, and this is it. These are my homemade corn dogs. They don't look as perfect as the one that's frozen in the box, but they're better. And they're quick, they're easy. With the kids being out of school due to the quarantine, it's the perfect meal you can fix for them, you know. So this is it. If this look good, please subscribe, like, leave a comment, tell me what you think about it. We'll see you guys in the next video.